Alright, hello everyone. We are back with more FF14. Although, I'm still getting these audio distortions, and I never had those before, and I don't know how to get rid of them. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but it is quite irritating. What is this? If that fixes it. Lo, I knew you'd return. You stole and delivered 7 a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precedes you. And the rest came shuffling back too, a lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a Serpent Reaver. A thrall to the Sahagin. 7 hells, Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see, but the Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Laminsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home. Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here, and word soon spread, all the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out. Instead, my freedom in exchange for my mates. The letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? When the time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. Of how you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets. I'll bring shame to the farm, no more. You'll have no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stilvin. Look at that. I owe you a debt too, Miro. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Baderon what's happened, from start to finish. I'm certain he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, lass. Look at that. Oops, I don't know why I jumped off there, but just to take 31 damage, I guess. Let's teleport back to Limsa because I don't feel like walking. Off we go then. Okay. So, Limsa Lominsa is often one of the most populated cities in the game, although I'd say all of them have a fair share of people who like to hang out at them. But I think Limsa Lominsa is the most popular. You'll also hear people hanging out playing music together, or using bots to play music, either way. Oops, I don't want to talk to this person. No. Worry about that later. This is what I want. Bloody hells! Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. Ah, but you needn't worry yourself over young Seven. The Yellow Jackets, as hands out the punishments, is a good old mate of mine. If I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from Angen to Keelhaulen. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with you. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, it sounds to me like you've done everything all still and asked you and more, justifying the generous findings fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell with a free room and board? Venturing's a trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and again tend to end up with broken ones. And take it from me, fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you here, so make use of it. In rooms now available. Not that you have much time for lying around, what with all the leaves you'll be doing. Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for the leaves. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folks will pay for doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tamokri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do. Guild leaves now available. Oh, and it's all above board, cause in case you're wondering. We're careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here, unlike some pirates I could mention. I tell you, if it turns out that they had aught to do with the kidnappings, there'll be 7 L's to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Maybe that's what Limsa needs, though. On the rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to get to right it. But we'll have time for such talk when you're all well invested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests and duties currently available in your area. The recommendations list can be opened from under the duty in the main menu and will be displayed automatically when you log in. If you find yourself unsure what to do next, this tool makes it simple to locate activities suitable for your present class and level. There we go. We're level 12 now, and we learned low blow. Okay. Low blow is a stun, so that's pretty handy. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Baderon again, but see, this has a blue quest above it. We're not gonna do that. Guild leaves are interesting, but the queue times are often super long for them because nobody does them. Baderon, the proprietor of the Johnny West, has a suggestion to put you on the road towards new adventures. You family, rested and ready to expand your horizons? Well then, I have an idea of where you might try heading next. Have you heard of the Skylift out in the middle of Nausea? If you ever visited Woodwhisper Canyon, then you must have been up and down that thing at least once. It's that big bleed scaffolding attached to the descent. You've likely seen the lads and lasses out there using it to haul cargo up the cliff face. I'd labor that, and I hear they could use an enterprise in your soul to pick up the odd jobs that no other bugger has time to deal with. Track down the head of the operation, bloke by the name of Workrit, and he'll be sure to put you to work on a task or two. Alright, so we were actually just there, since we, we do have a job quest to do, but we're not actually going to do that right now. I'm going to save those till the end of stream, so the last 30 minutes or so are going to be spent doing our side quests and job quests. Though we do have to do them because we need to be able to unlock something later. Alright, let's teleport back to Summer for Primes. Alright. So, if you guys recall, the scaffolding he was talking about was where we just had to run down, and where we, at the bottom of which is where we fought the golem. Also like when it's raining in game. It looks nice in this area. It's pretty cool. In FF11, they also had enemies that aggroed via sight and sound. But when it was raining, enemies that aggroed via sound couldn't hear you. It was a really, really interesting feature. Like I said, FF14 has those, but the vast majority of them aggro via sight. Well, it looks like he might be at the other one, because there's actually two here. Yeah, see, there's another set of scaffolding right there. He's at the other one. Oh well. It'd be what it be. Ooh, Megalocrat. Alright, hang on, we gotta fight this guy. He's got a hunt mark over its head, which is, you know, EXP. I don't know how many I have to kill, but... I have to kill 3. Okay. Oh, there's a hunt target right there. Level 50 Vogel Jaw. Yeah, I can't kill that. I'm only level 12, but it is a hunt target. Alright. So we got a hunt, an extra 1700 EXP just for killing that? Can't go wrong. Baderon sent you out here, did he? Then consider yourself welcome at the skylift. Look at the bloody cliff, will ya? One blast of fiery hell from the huge dragon was all it took to split the dragon ground in half. Cargo still needs to get through, though. This mess of wood and pulleys was our solution to the problem. Well, one of them at least. If the gods were kind, and they ain't, I'd have about a dozen more workers to handle me growing list of headaches. Alright, we got some hempen trousers. Alright. You're probably not going to be able to see these pants very well with the fact that I have these thigh boots on, so let's take the boots off for a moment. Alright, this is what the pants we have on look like. And these are the new pants that we got. Look at that. All spiffing like. Okay, let's put our boots back on. Alright. Work it, a skylift operator. Work it. Needs you to recover a cargo load abandoned by a terrified wagon driver and deliver it to its intended recipient. Glad I am to see you, lass. Oh, wagon driver just returned in a great bloody hurry, screaming about some monstrosity that what sprang out from a million corn seedling in his cargo. Seems like the gutless bastard tossed it over the side, for turning tail and running for his life. I need you to head down the road, recover that seedling, and deliver it to Liu over at Swift Perch in western Lanasia. Whatever he pays you for the cargo is yours to keep. After all, I don't rightly know what else is lurking inside the plant, and you deserve to be rewarded for your troubles. Oh, and you'll also find an aetheryte in Swift Perch, so the journey should be worth your while. That is definitely worth my while. Alright. So we're heading to Swift Perch after we find this crate. Keep an eye on some enemies here, though. Alright, you got this here. This lookout station, that's pretty neat. Some giant crabs, also pretty neat. Killer wesps. Dude, speaking of which, I had a fucking wesp in my house yesterday. Or not yesterday, but a few days ago. I just look over and it's just crawling along my wall. So I had to get a cup and a piece of paper, and I put the cup over it and slid it out, and then I had to like deliver it outside. Which is harder than it sounds when your leg doesn't like going downstairs. Alright, here's the million corn seedling. Hostile presence. Shore slugs. victory. Alright, so we got it. So now we gotta head over to Leo and Swift Perch. What the fuck is Swift Perch? Okay. Okay. So we're gonna be going to a new area, guys. Swift Perch looks... This area doesn't look too much different from where we are now. But, as you can see, it is quite a bit longer. Alright. So Swift Perch, I'm pretty sure when you come here with, if you start in one of the other city states, when you come here, you actually don't go to Swift Perch first, usually. I think the story takes you a different route. Maybe not, though. Okay, talk to Pete. If I have to get somewhere, I will ride a chocobo for you guys at some point, just so you guys can see that. Hey there, Leo. Has Nemea herself forsaken this desolate land? Though I understood there were risks in gambling my entire fortune on a crop of 1,000,000 corn, I at least expected the seedling to deliver before the disaster struck. This strain of 1,000,000 corn has been bred over generations to grow even the rockiest of soils. Is that my 1,000,000 corn seedling? Oh, joyous day! It may seem paltry beginning, but the yield of this particular variety of crop plant is nothing to be short of astonishing. As you undoubtedly noticed, the Swift Perch lacks a certain, shall we say, vital energy. Thus, I mean to restore a modicum of hope to its residents by growing a veritable ocean of corn. You, madame, seem fit to burst with vim and vigor. Might I persuade you to abide a while and help nurture this ailing settlement? I'm gonna get a leather jacket. Alright. There we go, okay. So, well, I'm not a big fan of this fucking weird-ass crotch piece on the outfit. It is mostly hidden by our admittedly nice-looking leather jacket. I like the design of this. We're looking very suave. Alright, Freyloaf here has another quest for us. Freyloaf, a yellow jacket on guard in Swift Perch, wants you to visit the Brewer's Beacon and investigate the reason behind the waning light. You there, adventurer, cast your eyes towards the Brewer's Beacon. Does the light not seem uncommonly weak? It cannot possibly be bright enough to guide the ship sailing in the bay. I would march over to the lighthouse and investigate myself, but I am duty-bound to remain at my post. I would consider it a favor if you could make a visit to the Brewer's Beacon and see if aught has befallen Canswiss, the lighthouse keeper. Yes, as you guys can see, Roganins have a very odd naming system. I say odd just because, like, by our standard, like, naming convention, it looks weird because it just looks like a lot of letters kind of just thrown together. But there is actually a naming convention at play. There's two different versions of it, of them. One of them is for the Seawolf Roganin, and the other is for the Mountain Roganin. We can talk about that more later if you guys are interested, but there is rhyme and reason to their to the way they're spelling their names. All right, I need to keep an eye on the enemies around here because we might have some that are in our hunt book. Which I never did kill these Orelli. Then again, wait, I think we might actually be. Oh, that's a fat Nodo. Anyway, we're heading over here. Hi, what can I do for you, mini cat? You're very little. Oh, this buzzard wants to fight. Dead. Alright. So the only time I ever came up here in with my other character is really just for fades. Like I said, I've never done the opening for La Nasia, so never had reason to come up here otherwise. You say a yellow jacket sent you here, eh? Me light's grown dim, has it? Well, of course it bloody has. The bomb that fuels me furnace has up and buggered off, you see? If I don't get that beacon fixed up soon, there'll be trouble on the water. I know you're just the messenger, lass, but I can tell a venture when I see one. I'm gonna need you to chase down that bomb and bring it back a claw what you ripped from its smoldering corpse. Take this here iron brazier and set it down in the middle of a flock somewhere near the scarecrow. I'd say you get a nice fire going, and that frisky bomb will be out soon be about. Watch it don't singe your eyebrows, lass. Right, we got a key item. Oh, also, look at that. That's another lighthouse over there. That's the Pharos lighthouse. One day we'll deal with that thing. But as you can see, it's seen better days, what with a giant crystal impaling it. I like the audio here, by the way, the wind. Very nice ambiance. Vector! Good luck catching your favorite Pokemon, bud. And we got sewer moles, we got fat dodos. We don't see any wild dodos. Alright, Iron Brazier. When lit, this receptacle will not only produce light, but will provide heat to the immediate area. You can also click this little thing beside the quest item, anything on the side here, and that will also use the item, as long as you have the thing targeted. A hostile presence. A torchlight. Got it. Alright. Oh, there's a fade over there now. This one is... Oh, wait, so I was pointing out. So you see how this one here has, like, the angry face in the middle of it? That's a boss fade. This one here, where it's just, like, the axe and the sword and swords crossing, that's just a fighting fate. You just basically fight monsters over and over again until it's done. There are a few others. There's escort fates, where you kind of just do a combination of fighting and boss killing. There's gathering fates where you can just pick stuff up off the ground and turn it into someone, or you can defeat enemies in the area, get the item and turn it in. There's quite a few variety. All you need to do is take down that runaway bomb and bring me one of its little claws. Alright, here you go. Unbearably hot to the touch, this remnant of a void-sent bomb will set aflame nearly anything it comes in contact with. Ah, you got the ashy bastard, did you? Once I put this little firecracker in the furnace, that should keep things running for a while. I had myself a bit of luck while you was gone. And Limland cursed me if the furnace weren't all bent and broken. Small wonder why the bloody bomb was able to escape. I patched things up as best I could, but I ain't no Smitty. You might want to have a chat with the yellow jacket friend of yours at Swiftbirds and have him pass the word back to someone in Limsa. Alright. That's that, yo. We're not going to Hearth. It's not that far of a run to get back there. Sasori is unbearably hot to the touch. It's true. No, interestingly enough, when I work out and like fucking put like a lot of effort in, my skin actually gets cold to the touch a lot of the time. At least it feels cold to me. It might be hot to others, but like, I feel like I've cooled down. Apparently, it's the same sensation people who go into medical shock describe. The furnace is damaged, is it? Very well. I shall write up the relevant reports, but these repairs must needs be effected without delay. It seems I have another favor to ask of you, adventurer. Take yourself straight to the Armorer's Guild in Limsa Limits and explain the situation to Forge Master Hinanza. Alright, we get to go explore one of the guilds. This is kind of their way of introducing guilds. like crafting guilds. Now, I have no intention of doing any crafting or anything like that. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Don't get me wrong, I don't dislike it, and I like a lot of aspects of it. It's just, it's not my favorite thing in the game. The Armorer's Guild's down there, so that's probably the closest. Like, one thing I do like about it is they definitely put a lot of focus into crafting in this game, in that it's not just select this, here you go, you've made it. You actually have to put some effort into making shit. But also, even the crafting classes have stories, and each one is unique to each class. Like, it's pretty cool. The furnace in the brewer's beacon needs repairs. Bagot's beard. I just sent someone out to tinker with it not a week past. Maybe the bomb Karen Swiss had trapped in there was a touch too volatile? I'll have an artisan visit the lighthouse and pay special attention to reinforcing the casing of that furnace. Your work is done here, adventurer. May the navigator guide you on your journey. Okay, we're gonna get a hat, a bronze salad. Okay. Let's look at our hat, guys. So right now we got an eye patch on. Now, not the greatest, but here we go. Now we got a hat. Good old salad. Alright. On to the dry docks. Forge Master Henanza, head of Naldic and Vanilli's, wants you to assist with the workload over at the Morby dry docks. What say you to taking on some work for Naldic and Vanilli's? We've a great Hulken warship to build that could certainly use an extra hand for any number of tasks. For your first job, I need you to run this missive over to Otbrim, the head of shipwright at the Morby dry docks. We forge most of the ship's bits and pieces here at the Armorer's Guild, but the actual construction takes place at the docks found in the south of Loranasia. That's also where you'll find the main offices of Naldic and Vanilli's. The Morby dry docks is one of Limsa most important districts, at least as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure you'll not forget attuning yourself to the area's aether, right? If you've no confidence in your sense of direction, you'd be best served making use of chocobo porters. First floor of the Miser Mast, in case you were wondering. Should you choose to make the trek on your own 2 feet, leave the city through the Tempest Gate and follow the road south. May the navigator guide your steps. Now, I would use the chocobo porter, guys, but I'm actually going to teleport. I'm actually going to use the Tempest Gate because there's some enemies we can kill for our hunting log along the way. So once again, we're going to another area we've never been before. At least on stream. Alright, so we gotta go to the Tempest Gate, Loranasia. Look at that! And this area is fucking gigantic compared to the other ones. I don't know what that quest is. We'll have to look at that later. I don't know what that unlocks. Anyway, guys. We just gotta head over here, and yeah, like I said, there's gonna be some enemies we can kill along the way. At least I'm pretty sure. Look at those big jubs over there. They're probably gonna fight the jubs, unfortunately, but they're big jubs. These are river toads. There we go, Aurelia, that's what we need. I'll be so happy when I get a ranged attack. It's not gonna get us too much EXP, but it's the end result we're looking for with the big EXP endgame. Done. Alright. So, we're gonna continue on down this way here. So as far as the lore and the Lanasias go, there's quite a few that we haven't been to yet, but I like lore and Lanasia. It looks a lot like the other one, sure, because this is the area we're in. But, you know, it's got this super cool bridge, the Ashan's Embrace. And look at that. There's the Moraby dry dock down there. This looks like WoW. I don't know about that. Graphics are quite a bit different from WoW's art style. I'm more partial to FF14's art style, but I do have a lot of respect for a lot of the zones in WoW. I do like me some WoW. Okay, so these wild jackals are not on our hunt log, so we're just gonna skip by them as best we can as we're heading over to... Oh, look at that. That's a frozen area right there. Moraby Mole. Molaby. Oh, I saw this guy. Wow, Owen Wilson. So this is Moraby Dry Dock. It's like a little mini city off of Limsa Lominsa, which I kind of like. Before we talk to the NPC though, we are going to take our next break, but I want to attune to the 8th rite while it's on my mind, otherwise I might forget. There we go. And our quest turn-in is just up here, I think. Yeah, they're there. Okay. So, the big crystals, cool. So those are our aetherites. You tune to it, and then you can just teleport to this city whenever you want. But give me a sec, guys. I will be right back. It is break time, and then we will continue on through La Nasia.